Just boiling our second batch. We had about 11-12 gallons.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Trinity Dairy. Don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out our merch store. We'll have a link in the description for that. Today it's April 12th, 2023. Finished up our second boil of the maple syrup. We got a quart and a pint. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty good. It quit running now. It's like 75 degrees, I think, right now. So with that combination of the warm temperatures and the fast snow melt, we have a little bit of road flooding going on here, which for this road's not extremely uncommon, but
with being a dead-end road, it's not great to be on the...
It's kind of the only way in and out unless you really want to go mud bogging. So we'll get some footage of that here. I just dropped my pickup off at Caleb's, the neighbor. I can walk across his field in the morning if I need to get to the bus route, because usually his driveway doesn't flood. Now, I can already hear the comments that you should never drive through flood waters. It's extremely dangerous. That's very true. Don't drive through flood waters. The only reason I drove through this flood water is because I know the road. I know it doesn't wash out because this water's not flowing. And I've done it here many times, but if I didn't know the road or know the situation, I wouldn't drive through it. So keep that in mind when you come to floodwaters.
Yeah, because this road floods because the faster river backs up this one.
Yeah, this is the Moosehorn River, and the Kettle River meets it back here, which is a much more powerful river. So that will basically shut off the Moosehorn, and then the Moosehorn just backs up. So it's still water. It's not rushing across the road, washing it out. It just raises, and a couple days usually it goes down. So
even though the sap was flowing pretty good there for a couple days, it kind of started to slow down because it wasn't getting below freezing. And they were talking in the weather that there might be another stretch after this week where it will get below freezing. So there was a lot of people that were saying to leave the taps in because you might get like a second wave of flow. But because the river was rising, I knew that I wanted to pull my taps, and I'll show you why. All right, so this is about as far as I can go. And my taps are way at the south end of that field down there, which is now a lake. So I was glad I pulled my taps yesterday. I knew the water was coming up, and I definitely was just in time. That brush line is kind of where the edge of your river. But yeah, so that's part of the reason I did pull my taps, because I knew if it did flood, there was no way I was going to get back to them.
well, you can see our snow is pretty much gone. There's a little. There's some there. Not too much left. And it's like 75 degrees out, I think. It feels like it's 90. But anyway, I'm going to see if the 1256 will start. I'm going to go out in the heifer pasture and get the feeder wagon, put some corn silage in it, and bring it out for the milk cows for a while, since I got them outside. And then probably later tonight, I'll take it, put a little more silage in, pull it back out for the heifers. But I want to get where I'm feeding those heifers moved up onto higher ground too, because it's starting to get pretty sloppy. You too? Yeah, I gotta have my co-pilot with me, right? You gonna ride with me? All right, so let's go see if it'll start. All right, we're gonna see if it'll fire up. I think I'm gonna start the 10 too, if that'll fire up and let that warm up a little. And since it's so warm today, it's a good day to fire it up and let the batteries charge and stuff.
trouble. Countess likes to follow people out of the gates. I just came to grab the skid steer for Alan. Somebody's in my seat already. Jumper, you gotta move. Your cat's in my seat.
Whose cat?
Just Jordan's cat.
Let me see. Oh, it looks so comfortable. Hey, Mom, maybe you could ride with you.
I don't think he'll like the sound of that.
Yes, he will.
Right through the puddle. Typical boy.
a little bit and go down and check the flood water. Well, here's our road. It maybe has gone down a little bit. It's hard to tell. There is some leaves up here on the dirt, but Yeah, it's maybe gone down some. I think maybe it was up here before, the way it looks. So it could be going down, but it's probably still going to be another day or two before it goes down.
Well, look at how high up it is on that corner side compared to where it was yesterday.
Yeah. People probably wondering then too, with the road being kind of closed off like this, about our milk. So I called the creamery. The milk truck came yesterday, right? Yesterday? No, day before. Day before. And we're on an every other day pickup. So anyway, he wasn't going to make it in. He's supposed to come this afternoon, but he wasn't going to make it in. So I called our field man, and he said that we can hold the milk for 4 days in the tank. So that's what we're going to do. Hopefully within 4 days he can get through. If he can't, we'll have to dump it. If we do have to dump it, the creamery pays, I believe it's 75%. So that's not the worst. But I'm hoping within 4 days we can just be able to get the truck through, and won't be a big deal. So that's kind of what's going on with that. But we're on a dead-end road, so kind of one way in, one way out. But is it over your boots yet? Not quite.
If I go any farther, it's risky. I imagine it's not for big time.
Yeah, and the road keeps going down here too, so there's plenty of water, I'm sure. Well, and I don't know, it's kind of hard to say what'll happen, because they are talking, today's Thursday, and I think tomorrow afternoon and Saturday there's supposed to be some rain coming through. So I don't know that it's supposed to be a lot, but we'll see what happens. You never know when that starts coming, because a lot of the snow, I think, is pretty much gone now. There woods, I think the woods is what's got the most snow in it now. Everything out in the open, I think, is pretty much done. But and then we've got another, there's a road here that goes down to our bottom field down here, and then there's another guy down there that's got a little, kind of a tiny house or something back there that kind of camps in once in a while. Hopefully, I'm sure that's probably got some water, but I know he had that raised up, so hopefully his stuff down there is okay. But here's the road here. I know you've probably seen me go down this road in the summertime with the hay rake, so seen that. It's a little different now. Well, we're down here in my grandpa's cornfield, and if you remember from our last video where we were collecting the sap and we were walking through the snow and Jen was walking behind me and I kept breaking through, pulling the sled, that was right here. And I think the four-wheeler was parked up there. And that is the field that we were tapping. Now I'll show you where the snowmobile was when it was stuck. So the snowmobile was about probably right in here somewhere. Oh, there's some ducks. So yeah, the snowmobile would have been under probably 4 feet of water.
Something like that.
Right?
Right.
It's not that stuck.
It's not that flooded. There's definitely some logs floating around out there.
When I was a kid, you could always tell what square bales came off of this field because they always had big sticks in them.
Okay, so what do we have here now?
Well, the water's running super fast.
Uh-huh.
So it made a pond.
You made a pond.
Can I see something over here? Cool. That's what you do right here. It makes a whirlpool.
Yep.
Because you only have a little water.
So you just made, oh look, your pond's filling up so fast. Just add a little more mud. It's quite the dam you built.
I built it all by myself.
Well, drain on. Well, the milk truck hasn't been able to make it through the floodwater yet, so tomorrow's our last chance to get them through. This is the fullest I've ever seen this bulk tank. It's gonna get fuller tomorrow morning.